What's going on, gamers? So here we have some news from Microsoft today, which I just looked at recently. So I was like, okay, let me cover this. And then we got some other news too. Seeing that, there's going to be a showcase in June, which we knew was coming, along with the Outer Worlds 2 Direct, which I have expectations for, and I hope they get met because Avowed was very underwhelming. And then some new gameplay of Outer Worlds. Interesting, as we're getting new gameplay, but they're going to have a direct. Okay, surprising, right? We're going to take a look at both of that. And then we're going to see how Microsoft continues dominating PlayStation 5 this year when it comes to being more pro-consumer, um, as far as like having a better service, like, Game Pass, dropping more games, even bringing games over to Sony side since they don't have no games to give, right? Because they canceled everything and made some serious mistakes. And just seeing what Microsoft is dropping this year, the quality that they're going to be able to provide compared to the previous generations that they've had since 360. I mean, yeah, we're talking about a huge turnaround. As I've told people multiple times, you got to give them some type of credit for doing some type of turnaround. It can't just be all negativity. But prior to this, you guys saw me doing other content. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of diversified content on this channel. A lot of people were surprised too because now they're starting to realize that I'm not an Xbox fanboy, and I've been trying to tell them that I'm not, and that I game across all devices and I own all devices. Now you know that now, and I can positively represent another community outside of Xbox. And I will criticize people when they need to be criticized. So you saw me criticize all platforms. Now people don't know what to say. And then I know some people are in shock. I was like, yeah, so what did I tell you? What am I going to get out of lying to somebody? Nothing. I don't see the point of lying. For what? Like, you know what I mean? Why do I need to hide something from somebody across the internet? You know what I mean? And what is there to worry about? No. We're a true gamer over here. Like I tell people, we've been gaming for 33 years. But let's get back to this. Been on all consoles. Um, It says it all begins with our annual Xbox Game Showcase, bringing you a look at upcoming titles from across our first party studios. In addition to incredible new titles from our third party partners across the globe, this year the show will be digital only. Good. I prefer that. Please, y'all do more like Nintendo. Straight games and be done. I don't care about all that other stuff. Our live stream will bring you everything you need to know about what's next for Xbox, no matter where in the world you're watching. Immediately following the showcase, the Outer Worlds 2 Direct will bring you inside the walls of Obsidian Entertainment, revealing new gameplay, details, and developer insights, straight from the people making the sequel to the award winning first person sci fi RPG, The Outer Worlds, which I liked. I kind of felt like, okay, this is actually a nice alternative experience to Fallout. I just felt like I wanted more. With Avowed, no. I don't know. Like that felt like there was a lot of AI slop in there, and there were some development hells. You could tell that happened. The game changed from what it used to be. I beat it. I put over 60 hours into it, but I'm done. I was kind of like, maybe a 7 out of 10 or whatever. But Outer Worlds, I really enjoyed Outer Worlds. I did, and I was looking forward to part two being more beefier and being more expansive. So in this new gameplay, we're gonna find out what are we gonna be getting shown here. You know what I mean? Either way, it'll be on Game Pass, but when it comes to Obsidian, I should look at them as games that I want to support and games I want to buy. So we're gonna see what happens, right? And then we got Doom around the corner as well next month. I'll be going through Eternal, so look out for that in the DLC. So I'm looking forward to that. We got a lot to go through, to be honest with you. I took myself a small like 2 week gaming break from like hardcore gaming, and I was doing videos, just relaxing and doing other stuff. But yeah. Oh, I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be great too. I can't believe that's coming to Game Pass. That's a huge grab by Microsoft. But yeah, if you guys want to see more details, it's right here about when it's going to launch. So obviously, that's uh, California time. I'm over here in Texas, so for me, it's going to be 12 o'clock. California is always 2 hours behind me. So that's where we'll get that. So we ready to check out some Outer Worlds 2 gameplay? Ponies, sit down. I didn't say you could stand up. Y'all sit down. Get in that theater position. You're about to watch some gameplay to a game that may be coming over there next year or maybe a little bit after. But yeah, Xbox is still butter. You know what I mean? Okay, so here we go. Let's check this out and let's see. Do we have some improvements here?
Exclusive
700
coverage throughout the month of
downvotes.
April. I got to visit the developers at Obsidian to see the game itself, interview them about how it was made, and get insight on a ton of its new features. So keep an eye out for our deep dives in the coming weeks, but for now, enjoy this look at a quest that takes you through the N-Ray facility where you'll see many of its new gameplay systems in action.
Okay.
That's the range, Commander. Oh, this will be glorious. Hope my enthusiasm doesn't get the better of me. Those traitors need to suffer.
Everything must become nothing before it can become everything.
We got some sneak gameplay coming in here.
Enemies descried. It's killing time.
The rift is my gateway to transcendence. My piety is the key.
Okay, nice. Got some melee gameplay. Interesting.
Oh, the unspeakable things I'm...
And that's the companion right there. Interesting. They did that to their gun. So we kind of see a highlight going on here on the map at the bottom left too. Mini map. Okay. Still giving me those Fallout vibes.
Now this is just sloppy. If I wasn't already here to kill all these traitorous fools, I'd be forced to use one or two as an example to the rest.
Okay. So I like what I'm seeing so far. They still have that touch to the Fallout vibe, which is still there in a way. And I think this is their higher development department team. So we're going to see, because it matters to me that Obsidian is still Obsidian, if you get what I mean. So I really hope they can knock it out with this game, get up in the at least mid 80 meta range bracket. And I'd be pretty happy with that, because we know that the Xbox lineup this year compared to the PlayStation lineup, I mean, they're doing so well. I could say that Valve themselves and Midnight, those are mid games. Doom's going to be a huge game. I hope that this game's going to be pretty big. Ninja Gaiden's going to be pretty freaking awesome. So, yeah, this game better not let me down. I have expectations for this, y'all, and I'm pretty sure a lot of other people too. But I also lower my expectations a bit because I'm not expecting a full-fledged type of Fallout game, because Outer Worlds didn't give me that, but it gave me like a light model from it, and I'm hoping that I can get that from this game. Don't let me down like a Valve did. Okay, did they shop the lockpick system in this game too? Didn't catch that one. Okay, ray tracing on the ground. Good lighting. Doesn't really look next gen though, like, but it's not about graphics. Still expected a bit better though.
.36 cubed divided by the standard rate of fluid flow, and then you multiply by, is it 30 or, oh, hello.
Look at the state of this poor fool. They just left her bleeding out? Exsanguination is an art. Where's the precision, the pride in their work? This is just embarrassing.
There's a cultist behind you! Wait, surely she isn't with you. Fine. Just please keep her away from me.
Okay. One thing that I've always liked about Obsidian is their writing.
The crazed people like your friend here have been sowing destruction throughout the range for days. I've seen few firsthand, but that isn't because they've gone. Rather, I believe they have become visibility deficient.
Okay.
Oh, there's no such thing as invisibility. I can only theorize that.
You know what? Let's fast forward a little bit. I'm hoping that we can get some outside gameplay here, right? We're not going to fast forward, but I just... Oh, no, it's all inside. I think that's where they messed up. That's probably why
Their
some people are
visual forms were
disappointed
sent
right
out
now.
of phase when they haphazardly tampered with pressurized N-rays.
Their actions are inexcusable. Science allows us to unveil the wonder of the rifts. We do not disrespect it. Now, is there any science around here we can use to find and kill them?
It's a shame the facility is in shambles. We have an N-ray scanner device that may render the cultists far easier for one to locate. The scanner is an optical device designed to detect electrical signals and the N-rays given off by all living
So we can tell there's going to be like factions, because right here it says the Order of the Ascendant in the dialogue.
beings. Visible or not, the cultists still give off N-rays. It was stored nearby. But with the damage to the facility, you'll likely need to use the maintenance vent on the wall there behind the screen to get anywhere near it.
Okay.
Don't worry. I'll just be here in my deepening puddle of blood.
So she got stabbed or shot.
Fear not, my brethren. The eyes of the unworthy cannot behold our transcendent forms.
So let's get him outside of that range. Like if you look at the bottom left, you can see what's sweeping around that environment. Now he's outside of that.
There's the
range.
N-ray scanning device the scientist was talking about.
Interesting. We got some invisible enemies or something?
Enemy spotted. Homicide always cheers me up.
Okay. I don't know if you guys remember too, in Outer Worlds 1, it was kind of easy. I had to turn up the difficulty, and I still thought, you know, it's a bit dumbed down. So we're going to see what happens with this one. I feel like I'm going to start off on hard. I do like what I see, but I would have liked to see more outside gameplay to see how the world is going to be. And I think they may be saving that for the direct, which kind of makes sense, because otherwise we're getting exclusive inside a building. Kind of like when you start off on Fallout, you're inside that vault, and then you get out and then you finally get to the outside. You'll see that happen a lot. But I like what I'm seeing so far. But so far, I'm not blown away or impressed, though, yet, because I need to see more. And I think there's some people that feel the same way, because we see 732 downvotes here, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, I'm kind of more interested in how's your gameplay, your gunplay going to work? What do the guns look like? You know, give me a little bit more than that. Stuff that I would expect to see in the Outer Worlds too, but I'm glad they showed something. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Like I said, I am excited to see what Microsoft's going to do at the showcase, because also in this showcase, we see some Switch 2 games and what's going to be else going to PlayStation. You know, when is COD coming over to see how they're going to do with the market share and all that. I don't care about that series whatsoever, but I'm curious to see how things going to work when it comes to market share and now in pie share. Because we know that Nintendo has a 10-year contract with Xbox, so when they give Call of Duty to them, it's going to sell millions over there, and they're going to take a pie from PlayStation, and that's going to be an interesting chart, and that's more sales for Activision and more publishing power for Microsoft, and less market share for Sony. Right? Yeah, it gets interesting. So, yeah, I think that we'll see all that here, because same thing in PlayStation Showcase. Like, if you want to show off what you have coming to other platformers, you should announce that at your showcase. And I think that's what we're going to be seeing happening here. Um, but other than that, seeing new IPs, I think that they pretty much got the year out, except for like Game Pass stealth drops and maybe like a Gears collection, right? You got to have some type of like surprises. So I don't expect to see E-Day this year. It just doesn't make any sense. The holidays are too packed. GTA still coming out. The Switch 2 is coming out with all their games too in the holidays, with like Pokemon and all that. So I think that, and Call of Duty always comes out in the holidays. So it doesn't make sense to stack Gears next to Call of Duty and all those other games in a holiday. You want it to have its own window so that it can do well and shine in its own space, you know what I mean? So, and then, get the big vacuums out of the way too, and then see. So, there we have it. Like and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Ponies, sit down. Y'all are still gonna have to step your game up because PlayStation still hasn't shown anything. Need to see what Sony's doing besides Phantom Blade, which I can play on my PC, and that could end up coming to the Switch. Who knows? But I would never play it there because when it comes to third party, I'm playing all on my PC. You know what I mean? But other than that, I mean, yeah, I think Sony's just gonna have to show off Ghost of Yotei, and it's gonna have to be like mind blowing. Otherwise, they're in trouble, gaming wise. But peace out, y'all. Have a great day.